Welcome to the English Desk. This channel takes English apart and puts it back together in a way that makes sense. Short lessons, clear examples. Let's get into it.
Okay, we've all been there, right? You're writing something, you pause, and you wonder, should I use between or among? It's such a tiny choice, but it can make your writing feel either super polished or just a little off. Well, today we are going to solve this grammar puzzle once and for all. So let's just dive right in. Picture this. A secret is shared with three friends. What's your gut feeling? Do you say it's shared between them or among them? This is exactly where people get tripped up. But I promise, the answer is way simpler than you might think. To get this right every single time, you just need to understand one core principle. Seriously, that's it. It's not about memorizing a bunch of weird rules. It's about asking yourself one simple question. Are we talking about distinct, individual things, or are we looking at them as a single group? And here it is, the fundamental split. Between is all about distinct, separate items. Think one-on-one relationships. A little fun fact for you. The word between actually comes from Old English for by two. Makes sense, right? Now, among is for when you're talking about things collectively, as part of a general, kind of undefined group. Let's look at our first example, the two candidates. See, these are two distinct people. The discussion is a specific back and forth connecting one person to the other. That direct, one-to-one link makes between the absolute perfect choice here. Now, let's flip it. The members. This word immediately makes you think of a group, right? Three or more people. And the decision isn't being passed from one specific person to another. It's being spread out within that whole collective. The focus is on the group, and that is exactly the job of among. Okay, so if the rule is that simple, two versus a group, why do we still get confused? Well, it's because the English language just loves to bend its own rules. And this is a classic case of that happening in real time. So here's the twist. In everyday speech, or maybe in a news headline, you'll often see between used for more than two distinct items. Something like a treaty between France, Spain, and Italy. And you know what? That's generally okay these days. But, and this is a big but, in more formal situations like academic writing, sticking to that classic rule is still the gold standard. And that's really where all the confusion comes from. It's this clash between casual, modern use and strict formal expectations. So how do we get it right every time without overthinking it? Let's just ditch the guesswork completely. I'm going to give you a super simple two-step framework you can use for anything, whether you're sending a quick email or writing a formal paper. Here's how it works. Step 1 is easy. Just count the elements. If it's 2, you are almost always going to use between. If it's more than 2, you're probably looking at among. But here's the crucial second step that solves everything. Think about the relationship. Are you talking about specific one-to-one connections between each item? If so, between might still be your word. Or are you talking about a general, collective vibe? That's when you bring in among. What this all boils down to is that the structure of the sentence matters way more than your instinct. Our ears are used to hearing the casual way, but this framework gives you a reliable guide to make the grammatically correct choice. So trust the logic, not just the sound. All right, that's enough theory. Let's make this stuff actually stick. We're going to run through a few quick real-world examples to see how this framework holds up, both in daily life and in more buttoned-up settings. Let's start super simple. Choose between tea and coffee. We've got two clear, distinct options. Step 1 of our framework, count them. Yep, there are two. So the choice is, of course, between. Easy. Okay, next up, the children. We're clearly talking about a group here. The sweets are just being shared generally within that group, not in some specific one-to-one exchange. This is a textbook case for among. So what about ideas, abstract concepts? Well, the exact same rule applies. Theory and data are two distinct concepts, and we're pointing out the very specific link that connects them. It has to be between. And for our last one, a more formal example. Departments is a group, a collective, and the resources are being distributed throughout that entire body. The relationship is about the group as a whole, so we use among. See, the framework just works every time. So we've covered the basic rule, we've navigated those tricky exceptions, and we've walked through a really practical framework. Now, let's boil all of that down into one simple, powerful mental shortcut you can take away and use forever. So, if you only remember one thing from all this, let it be this right here. Between connects distinct points, kind of like a bridge connecting two sides of a river. Among spreads across a group like butter on toast. It's all about connection versus distribution. And that, right there, is the key. The real difference isn't just about counting to two. It's about taking a second to understand the relationship between the things you're talking about. So, the next time you pause, just ask yourself the question on the screen. How does my context define this relationship? You answer that, and you'll nail the right word every single time.
Thank you for watching. If you want more lessons like this, stay with the English Desk. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more English educational sessions.